The Ruling Class Bloodlines and the 21 Seats Introduction. This is the 17th of 19 videos that tells the story of the ruling class bloodlines, the 21 seats, and the two possible timelines that lie ahead of us. One of these timelines will erase the other, based on the decisions that humanity makes over the next 2 generations. Part 17. What would happen if, instead, the transition in the next 2 generations is chaotic and the loyalist factions manage to retain partial control? This would show the alternate timeline and its long-term consequences. Earth's alternate timeline, chaotic transition with partial loyalist control. 1. The triggering conditions. In this scenario, decentralization efforts in the next 2 generations are fragmented, poorly coordinated, or suppressed too early. Loyalist factions exploit global crises, environmental collapse, pandemics, economic crashes, to reassert centralized authority under the guise of emergency governance. The awakened network remains active but scattered, unable to reach the energetic critical mass needed for smooth dismantling. 2. Governance and power structure. A hybrid system emerges, outwardly democratic councils with embedded loyalist-controlled executive and economic nodes. The apex ruler image is replaced by rotating figureheads, but true strategic decisions remain in the hands of a small, concealed consortium tied to surviving bloodline cores. Governance becomes highly technocratic, with scientific necessity used as the justification for policies, masking the continuation of control principles. 3. Resource management. Resources remain centralized in global distribution networks controlled by loyalist-aligned conglomerates. Local autonomy exists in pockets, but is heavily dependent on supply agreements with the central system. Scarcity is managed as a strategic lever, not total deprivation, but calculated shortages to maintain compliance. 4. Cultural and psychological landscape. Large portions of the population are aware that they are not truly free, but control is maintained through constant distraction and narrative saturation. Symbols of the old Mardukian order are subtly retained in architecture, corporate branding, and elite ceremonies, though few understand their origins. Education is standardized to produce skilled workers and compliant citizens, with critical thinking taught in form, but not in application to systemic structures. 5. Role of awakened descendants. Many awakened bloodline members continue their quiet resistance, but face greater surveillance and infiltration. Some defectors are co-opted, drawn back into loyalist service through offers of power, influence, or supposed shared goals for stability. A small inner circle of awakened operatives continues long-term subversion efforts, but progress is slow and risky. 6. Technological environment. Advanced technologies, including AI and energy systems, are deployed primarily as control tools, tracking, predictive behavior modeling, and influence shaping. Public access to liberating technologies is heavily restricted, justified by security or safety regulations. 7. Long-term consequences, 3+ centuries. Humanity remains in a managed evolution cycle, some progress in freedoms and well-being, but never full sovereignty. Off-world contact is mediated almost entirely through loyalist-approved channels, limiting the diversity of influences. The awakened network survives in underground and decentralized pockets, preserving knowledge for a future attempt at full liberation, which may take many more centuries to achieve. 8. The core difference from the smooth transition. In the smooth path, loyalist influence dissolves naturally and without replacement. In the chaotic path, the system mutates, appearing new, but carrying the same philosophical DNA Marduk embedded thousands of years ago. End of Part 17.